I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Two Al's, one pod, formerly the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. I'm Al Ducharme, and I'm in Curacao. It's one of the ABC islands. It's the Sea Island. And Duncan Boy over there, Dunkin' Donuts Boy, that is Al Romas. Al Romas is in Clearwater, Florida. We're doing the podcast, and he has a Two Dicks coaster. That's our web series, The Two Dicks. If you'd like to support our podcast, you can do so for as little as $5 a month at patreon.com/The Two Dicks. Al, what's going on?
Yes, join our Patreon and get a coaster, get a mug. Jim Manelli pointed out they're collector's items now because they're the Two Dicks coffee mugs. And then we went to Talking Dicks, and now we're Two Al's, one pod. So get a mug, hold on to it. It'll decrease in value over the years, and someday you can just throw it away and curse our name. But yeah, we have a new patron. Let's welcome a new patron. We always excited when we get a new patron joined us for $5 a month, and this is Donna L. Donna L.
Hey, Donna.
Is, our newest. And
oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. 50 song.
Is that a song, or
it?
you just? Let me guess. Let's do a guess. Give me. I'm going to take two guesses. I think I know it. I'm going to take two guesses.
Can I take a guess after yours?
Yes. I want to say. What's his name? Paul Anka. I want to say Paul Anka.
That's a pretty good one. It's probably accurate. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Wasn't it like the one name guy, like Davian or something like that?
It's Fabian, you moron.
No. Okay. Let's find out. Hey, if you know, hey, Donna, if you know, in the comments below, after you hit like, let us know what it is, if you can look it up. It's your name, so maybe you are aware of it. I don't know your age, but it was a song recorded in the 50s before we were born.
I'm thinking the guy from, didn't he have a hit, La Bamba? That guy? Did he have a song, A Girlfriend, Donna?
Richie?
He wrote a song?
Alan?
Yeah. Wasn't that in the movie? The girl, the white girl was Donna, and then he couldn't be with her because he was, Hispanic. And
back then.
Then he went and he wrote the song. Now that song could be, he wrote a song for her. Her name could have been Emily. It could have been, Paige or Kelly. I don't know what it's called, but I was thinking Donna, but I could be wrong. So Donna, let us know. And thanks for joining the Patreon. We get very excited when we get a new Patreon member, and you'll be getting a coffee mug and a Two Dicks coaster in the mail. So forward us your address.
Are we going to mention the other 147 Patreon members that joined yesterday?
Who has time? We don't
have time for that.
It's only an hour. The whole pod's only
Donna
an hour.
was the first one yesterday, or a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Yep. I was on the what ship was it? Anthem, and my last day she joined on Saturday, and then Sunday I came home. I flew home from Bayonne, and that Anthem, I'll tell you, it's a good gig, but I think we talked about it last time. That working the first night and the last night, that's a long week.
I'm doing that now. Well,
it's a long
I have 6 days in between. I'm not going the full. I have tomorrow night off, but tonight I have an adult show, so I'll be out there nude.
Ooh, that's fun. That's fun, right?
I mean, it's not. I have like a fake leaf covering certain areas. I get the tassels.
So it was better pre-COVID. That's the COVID year now, but pre-COVID, that was all nude, and that was fun. Those were good shows, good adult humor. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm home, man. Let's look at this. And you're in Curacao. Are you on the ship? Are you in a port? Because the Wi-Fi is very clear right now. Enjoy.
I'm tethering from my phone, and I have a strong LTE signal right here out my porthole window. It's actually a big window. It's like a giant commercial washing machine
Ocean View, I believe they're called.
It is.
It's an Ocean View. So
yeah, that's what it is. Yes. So yes, I have a clear signal today. I'm not going through the ship's Wi-Fi, and that's good because that saves me a little coin.
Yeah. Always want to. I mean, that's the thing on nowadays. I don't want to get too inside baseball, but yeah, we get hit for a bunch of charges even when we work, and it gets annoying. So if you can save a few anytime, it's always welcome. But I'm enjoying being on land.
Cabin fees went up over. I'm interrupting you.
Yes.
Before you go on to another subject,
Cabin fees. I don't want to get too into.
Have increased.
Cruising. Yes.
Over 300% in a week. Go ahead.
It seems like it. Hey, I'm doing a gig tomorrow night in Ruskin, and the tie-in with that is you and I were going to be doing that gig as one of our Two Dicks shows. I had booked it at the Ruskin Firehouse. It was the Two Dicks, and you were going to come in. We were going to film that weekend. We were going to make a little bread, and then Uncle COVID came to town.
Uncle COVID.
That was that. Yeah.
Dr. Fauci said, "Listen, just a little out. We'll see what happens."
Yeah, it seems like this Wuhan lab might have been responsible for COVID.
I think so. I think Trump actually called it. I think he came down on the Chinese government.
He did. He was right.
He was one of the first ones. I think a lot of people behind the scenes knew, but
we all
Trump wasn't afraid to shout it out. He wasn't afraid of the 1.3 billion population.
No, remember Jon Stewart went on Colbert and did
it.
It said it. He goes, "Where do you think it came from? It's a lab in Wuhan. It's the Wuhan, flu. Wuhan, that's where it came from."
And they have so many protocols, like fail safes, but somehow it was ignored. I mean, there's supposed to be if you carry it out, there's supposed to be like 4 stages of detecting it before you. I don't know.
It was dude. It was let's be honest. They released it. It killed a bunch of Americans, killed a bunch worldwide,
and China said, we got 1.3. We need to lose 200-300 million people, and we'll still be 3 times bigger than everyone else. So
don't they do that anyway? Don't they, like, if you have a boy or is it a girl? Like, don't they? You have to give up one or your kid if you have a girl. Two girls or something.
I think they said
or they kill them.
They had one or two you could have for years, for decades. You were allowed to have 1 or 2 children. I don't remember exactly, but now they've raised it so you can either have 2 or 3. But what happens is the farmers wanted boys because they were stronger and they could make more money.
Yes,
help with the farm. Plow. So when a girl came up, if she wasn't going straight into prostitution, she got the old.
That's like Borat's wife, right? She was 14. She was a prostitute, and she was good on plow. So he was happy with the wife.
Good on plow.
Good on plow.
She make good on plow. You know what I mean?
Very hairy woman, though.
Very hairy.
Yeah, she was a daughter of the rapist.
How many people did he fool?
Was?
Yeah, but how
big that was? That whole thing, Borat in the movie, and it was huge, man.
And he had another one, and people still fell for him, like government officials that aren't up on pop culture.
Oh yeah, he did the DNC. He went to like Oklahoma or Arkansas and did a thing at for the Republican. He went there as some Republican event and did his thing. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's some good stuff on YouTube of him describing shit and showing clips and how they get out of there. And he's got like Secret Service taking him out of places, tunnels and shit, because people want to kill him. But
wow, it's pretty pranky. Good. I mean, I appreciate the prank, but some of it was like, whoa, dude.
Well, it's a lot. It's like the Jackass guys. You when you really read about what they went through, it's like, hey, thanks for making us laugh, but Jesus, guys,
wow,
you really like hurt yourselves. They're
going to be a wreck. They've all aged 25 years.
Yeah, they're in bad shape.
They're having knees and hips replaced way before their time.
I was talking the other night. I was saying how happy. I'm 5'8", and I never played pickup basketball because after being 14, because everybody got tall. But all those guys, it seems like all my old friends now. Every week, I'm getting a Facebook thing or a message. They're getting knee replacements. Every one of these guys are getting knees, and it's all from pickup. They all know it. And I'm thinking, how come but I never played. I basically stopped playing sports in high school, once you get into high school. So I think it saved the knees and the hip and the
I think you
ankles
are right.
or whatever.
We have a little bit of longevity here because in our joints. But our minds are gone. So there you have it.
Well, the mind, it is a terrible thing to waste. And we did that 30 years ago. So
I'm going to be doing it again after my show.
Well, Is this it for you tonight? Is your last show, then home?
Yeah,
weekend?
I have a show tonight, and then I have a night off, and then I will fly home after 3 weeks because I did the 2 weeks in Aruba at a resort
Right.
at Aruba Ray's Comedy Club with Bernadette Pauly, Pete Lee,
Successful run.
Ray Allen.
Enjoyed it.
Even Stephen Scott made an appearance. He came in for a couple of shows. Someone canceled.
Okay.
He covered.
An old who canceled. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the wedding. How did that go, man? You officiated
I did.
the wedding.
That was the reason, well, it wasn't the comedy. I called up Ray. I said, "Hey, Ray, Bernadette's niece is getting married in Aruba and I'm officiating. Can you hook us up?" I said, the week before, the week after, whatever works for you. And he said, "How about 2?" I'm like, done.
Yeah.
Because all the people that went, they spent thousands of dollars to go, but it was their vacation. They were going to do that anyways. They have jobs, they have benefits. I'm self-employed. So it's hard for me, as you know. Yes. You go somewhere, not gig, you don't get paid, you don't get unemployment, you get nothing. And when you and Kelly went to Napa, how's your wallet? Did it recover?
That one was fine. It was Disney that set me back 11 years.
Oh,
the weekend Napa was nothing.
The local gig.
Yeah, Napa was real. I mean, comparatively, you can't even compare it. That's how crazy Disney.
Well, you took your niece and right?
No, it was just Kelly and I at Disney, and then same in Napa. But even with Air and Airbnb, Disney was at least double that, and that was 3 days.
That's crazy.
And we were in Napa for 6 days, and San Francisco for 2 or 3. It's crazy, I know, but that's the way it is now. I mean, it's a nightmare, but we did it. It was fun, I guess. It was fun. It was good. So anyway, my point was, you're coming in on Saturday. I'm going to be in Lauderdale Saturday, the Big Smoke. Are you going to be at the airport? You're going to be.
We already went over this.
Stay with me here.
Are you going to?
No, I'm saying.
Okay, no, I'm with you now. I can't do the Big Smoke.
Are you changing planes? Are you landing in Fort Lauderdale?
No.
Oh, all right. I thought originally there was some talk of that, but maybe I was confused.
What am I hearing? My TV just came on, and there's a baseball game. That's crazy. Someone died in here. Hold on, let me turn it off.
I'm surprised it's not the. All right, I'm surprised it's not the Murdoch trial. Let's get out.
Absolutely no reason
Murdoch trial
for that to happen.
But he doesn't know anything about it.
Okay, sorry. Back to the travel. I'm going to go from San Juan to Miami to Los Angeles, and I don't have enough time in between.
Okay,
let's move on to other business.
All right, fair enough. I thought maybe the TV had the Murdoch trial on. I thought you'd be watching that all day. Alex Murdaugh.
Not Murdoch.
I've heard every way pronounced. I'm going with the Murdoch.
Is he going to get off, or is he like just slam dunk? Is this?
I watched a bunch of it. I think it's going to be, and this will when this airs, it probably won't be done yet. I mean, the
closing arguments were yesterday, correct?
And today, Thursday. Today, I think goes to the jury tomorrow. So Friday. So I think he might. I think he might walk or get a hung jury. I think he did it. I don't think they proved it.
So you're on the jury and you're going, we know he did it, but we can't. Yeah. According to the rules,
they didn't prove it. They
didn't prove it.
Right.
Wow, that's gonna be tough.
But he's got 99 financial crimes. And he's going to go back to jail even if he walks. He doesn't walk though. He walks back to jail. So
he's not going to get convicted of murdering his wife and son, and possibly the cleaning maid woman,
and the gay kid. There's a gay kid dead, and that want to tie that.
What?
The gay kid. Yeah, there's a gay kid, and they said there was possible relationship with Buster, the older son, and the gay kid was found dead in the road, and they tried to set it up looking like he got hit by a car, but it was a setup. He was killed somewhere else. So there's that still down.
Oh my God! So this guy did he partake himself, or did he just hire people because he had money?
We don't know. He says nothing. He says he didn't do anything here. He's claiming 2 assailants came and killed
But there's 4 dead people at 4 different times.
Kid, well, yes. Well, the housekeeper fell walking upstairs. She fell, but then her 2 sons. He said, "I'll sue. We'll sue, and they'll get money." And they got $4 million, and he never gave them a dime.
Right. He kept it in his. I'm finding that a lot of lawyers will do this.
Yeah,
they get these huge settlements, and then they go, "Yeah, put it in my name in trust, and then I will give it to you." And then they're like, "Hey, man, I got medical bills coming in." This is like burn victims that can't work, and they have they have nubs, and these guys are living their Rolls Royce, 3 homes, living large on all this settlement money. And then,
are you saying lawyers are sleazy?
And then they get caught.
Let's break it here.
And then they get caught, and it's just like it's like a house of cards. But for for 10 years, they lived large.
Yeah, I mean, this family ran this town, this area for 100 years, and now it's completely collapsed. And it's interesting, I mean, he's up there, the kid, his son Paul, he's like, "Oh, Paw," and all these bullshit names. It's like, what are you doing here? Paw, It's like you killed him. You killed your son. Calling him Paw now.
How do they both were shot?
Sway the jury. Yeah, the wife was shot with an AR-15, and Paw was shot with a shotgun. Just took his head right off.
Separate. They were killed at the same time. Home invasion. Supposed to look like.
They were at these kennels. They have kennels on the property, the hunting dogs, and they were at the kennels. And there's video on the kid's phone, on Paw, on his phone. You hear Alex is there because one of the dogs has a chicken in its mouth. They're like, "Oh my God, get that chicken out of there." And so originally people were like, "Well, you're on the phone." He goes, "That wasn't me. I wasn't there." And then it became where he couldn't deny it anymore. So he goes, "Oh, I was there. But I then went, "I need a nap." So in the time Alex gets in a golf cart and drives to the house for a nap, that's when these 2 assailants came in, shot the wife and son, and took off. Then he woke up from his nap, went to the kennels, and found them dead.
And this was for life insurance money to pay off his debts because he had a drug problem?
Well, we don't know. We don't know what this. I don't know if it was. I haven't heard the life insurance angle. I think the angle they're going with was the wife knew about the theft and their money, their financial situation. She had done some kind of an audit, and then she was going to divorce him and be like, "I know what you've done," and he kills her, and then Paw is there, and he has to kill him too. And that kid's the one with the boating accident, killed the girl. This family is a fucking disaster.
Wow.
And so his defense is basically some social media nut read about the boating accident where this girl got, killed tragically. And then went after Paw because, she's never going to get justice. This family will get away with it like they always do. So Alex's testament basically is some nut came and killed my kid and my wife.
Well, unless you have the hard evidence, these things are all plausible because it is. The stories that happen. It's outrageous, the things that happen.
But this is what I'm saying. There is no real evidence to say he did it, even though we all know he did it. So it's
like OJ
for a jury. But yeah, I mean OJ though that seemed like even more evidence. I mean,
yeah,
that was. You did it. You did that.
But that was a forensic guy also putting the stuff in his trunk. Remember the OJ thing? He took it home. It's like, did they normally do that? No. But he was like, this is a special case.
Right. Yes.
Protocol. It's protocol. If you had driven to the lab, it could have gone a different way. And also Furman dropping the N word. He said, have you ever said the N word in your life? And he went, no. It's like, wait a minute, hold on.
Here's 8 billion examples.
First of all,
sir.
I think just about everybody on the planet has used the N word in some form of another, whether it was, he claims it was a script when they played it. But someone has said the N word at some point in private or even just saying, hey, I would never say the N word, but use the real word. Someone has, everybody.
Well, that was ironic. You talk about the irony of ironies. The most racist cop in LA found the glove. Wow, that's weird.
That's strange.
Like, it's just, I don't know, kind of weird. But yeah. So anyway, that goes to the jury, I think, tomorrow, and then we maybe find out. But the guy, it's underwhelming because even if he walks from a double murder, it's like you're not going anywhere. He sits in jail. He's got like a $7 million bond, and sit there for another year, and then they'll start with the financials, and that'll put him away. He's in his 50s at least. He'll get.
So you're saying that he could go away for like wire fraud and all these things that they do with the finances.
Yeah,
and go away for 7 to 10 years.
Right,
7 to 10 years. Come out broke.
Mm-hmm. If he gets out, I mean, if he's in a real prison and he doesn't have money to protect himself, I mean, he's a target too. So he may not.
But he may have money
stashed
stashed away somewhere. At least he can tell people.
He may, but
I got
this also
grand.
opens shit up. What about all the people he put away? He was a prosecutor, then he was defense and
under the influence.
Under the influence. So I'd like a new trial. My lawyer was a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
So it really opens
drug
that.
addict.
I mean, it's
during this time frame, I was convicted. So, and they might.
Yeah, it's like a class action suit kind of thing, where you just go during this time, and were you part of it? And we'll see. But anyway, that's what's happening. And then I'm doing. So you're going home Saturday. I'm going out Wednesday. I'm going on the Symphony of the Seas crossing.
Oh, that's why you're joining midweek, because of the crossing. Yeah,
I'm crossing over to Miami. I'm transitioning. I'll be a young lady by the time I get to Spain in 12 days, and I'm trying to psych myself up for this thing. But
you're a good man, because not a lot of straight comics would do the gay cruises, and when you get in the middle of the ocean, there's a lot of seamen.
Hey, it's 2023, my friend. Money is money. We're all people, I'm good with it. I got fooled. I got hoodwinked. I didn't read. I didn't think it through, and now I'm in. I'm just looking at, but boy, I don't know. I haven't those 9 sea days. That's going to be.
I've been hoodwinked a couple of times in the past.
Yeah, we're too innocents.
I got the old. You're going to go to Japan. It's a great cruise. I was like, yeah. As soon as we get through Japan, they're like, you got to fly home. I'm like, what? So I actually made them keep me on the ship for 2 more days so that I could see Japan. And they flew me out of another city, but I was like hemming and hawing.
Yeah. I'm going to be in Malaga. Oh, we went through this Malaga and something, and then Barcelona, fly home, 9-hour flight, land in Miami, 4 p.m. And my next flight home, 11:30 p.m.
Rent a car.
9-hour flight. 9-hour flight and then 7 hours in the airport. No, sir. I'm going to recheck. We go down, get my bag, and just fucking leave, get in a rental, and I'll be home by 9 instead of 11. But at least I'll be doing something. I can't just sit there.
Right. Now, there's no other flights you can switch? There's nothing available? Even a different airline?
No, I'm on American, but there was like a 7 something, but it's full. So I didn't
stand by.
I don't want to wait it out.
How do you get your luggage off? How do you get your luggage off?
Well, when you recheck it, you get your bag.
That's right, because you're foreign.
Yeah, instead of rechecking it,
right,
I'll just head out to rental.
Hoof it, yeah.
Yeah, after the 9-hour flight.
Did you reserve your car? Because cars are insane right now.
I did. I reserved my car, and yeah, that'll be a fun day. But whatever,
What happened to rental cars like for $150 a week? What happened to that? $180 a week? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen that. It's been a long time, man. I'm using this weekend though. I'm using
the 6th
Toro.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. That worked out well because I want a car for this weekend to go to Miami and do the big smoke and everything. And they were crazy. The prices budget, and it was like $450. So
why are you doing that versus driving your own vehicle?
I sold my car. We're down. I'm doing with the Ducharme model. 1 car.
You don't need to.
We don't need to.
You guys are cohabitating. That's why we kept a good car, and then I got an antique car, and I was in the middle of refurbishing it. And I got carried away, got a little costly. So I sold it. Some guy was driving by. You want to sell that? I'm like, give me a price. He threw out a price. I go, give me $200 more so I can take my wife out to a couple of dinners. And you went, okay, done. Cash.
There you go. Yeah, mine, because you were talking about having the one car. Then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, if I'm away like 2 weeks, my car sits here. I make a car payment.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly's got her car, and so
No,
we're
it's
sitting
smart.
with two cars all the
Smart.
time. And then when I'm home, we're together. So what are we doing?
And
So I got
also,
rid
you
of
got to
it.
remember, in the few occasions where we needed two cars, there's Uber and Lyft.
Sure, exactly. So
So
I did
it
the.
saves
I looked
saves
at
a lot of money.
it does, yeah. I looked at budget, and so for the weekend, and it was like $500. And I was like, are you? So then I went on that Toro, and you get someone's vehicle, and so I got it's new and it looks fantastic, and it was like $189 or something for 3 days, comparative to
Sweet.
$490.
Should I look into that because I just priced out something. It said $800 and something for, I think it was 2 weeks. And then when you do all the fees and taxes, it was over $1,100.
Why do you?
And that was
where are you
cheap.
going? Where is this?
New England.
Oh, you need the whole. Yeah, I would definitely look into it. Land, find out. Hit the app before you land. And
It doesn't have to be brand new. It can be right.
no, the guy can have the car at the airport for you. And one time I did it in Maryland. He parked it in the garage. He gave me the location and the combo. He had a combo lock out there, and I went into the car. Boom,
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
in. And but the savings is incredible. I mean, you can't even compare it to a rental car type.
So
budget
why
enterprise.
did the rental cars go through the roof and then never come back down? How did they go from?
Sounds like a joke. Sounds like an old joke. Why did the rental car go through the roof? And I don't know. Why did it? I don't know. I don't know what's happening out there.
What about
maybe...
inflation was at 9 point something, almost 10% in July of 2022. Now it's down to like 6.25%. But the prices of food and whatnot, eggs are through the. How is that? Eggs are in almost everything, right? You have an egg in your ass right now, right?
Yeah, but don't you?
I have two.
Make me seem weird. Why are you pointing me out?
Is there a better way to make hard-boiled eggs?
Hey, no. I don't understand the egg thing. I don't follow it. I don't understand what's going on with anything. So, prices like that. To me, and I'm not a wealthy guy by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't. If eggs are $3.50 1 week and then they're $4 the next week, I don't lose my shit. I'm like, they're still. It's still.
My wife said they were $3.50, and now they're $9.50.
Oh. I don't know.
And then people are coming in, and the shelves are bare. They're running out of eggs, so they're buying into the frenzy like they did with the toilet paper. It's like we were in Aruba, and we had a condo, so we had a little kitchen, so we bought some eggs, and the imported eggs were outrageous, and then the local eggs were regular, like $3.50, $4. So I go, I'm going to get the local eggs. And they were out in the open. And my wife goes, they're not refrigerated. I'm like, they're fresh eggs. They're local eggs. They were brought here this morning.
Right.
They don't know. They sit out. All the eggs sit out on docks, warehouses.
They're not refrigerated till they get to the supermarket.
For days.
Yeah. Yeah. My old veterinarian had chickens, and he used to sell them on eggs at his office. And they were just in a basket, like a big Easter basket sitting on the counter. Days on end, buy some eggs. They weren't refrigerated.
So the veterinarian was selling baby unborn chickens.
Yeah, he was
the lifesavers, the animal lover.
Well,
he saw dollar signs, just dollar signs, man.
He's like a person. It's like people with abortion. He loves them when they're alive, but until they're alive, you can eat them, or you can kill them, or whatever you want to do.
This is a controversial episode.
This really is.
2 L's, 1 pod.
And we have a. I got to bring before a question. I just want to bring one up to you.
Get me all worked up.
This thing just pissed me off yesterday. I'll get your take. I know what it's going to be. I think I go to the local cigar place down in Clearwater. I buy a couple cigars. This guy, I take them. I put them on the counter. He goes, "You want me to cut it?" I go, "Nope, just taking them home." Puts them in a bag. Rings up the price. And then on the thing, it says tip. And I draw a line through it. Because literally the guy did nothing. Sure. Literally. Right. I draw the line through it, and he goes, oh, wow. Okay.
You're kidding, at a cigar place?
And I'm looking at him like, are you, what would you like me to do right now? I don't understand. Why would I?
There's no tip.
Subscribe
Is it the owner?
$5. No, he's just a guy working there.
So wow. Write about it. Go to the website.
I mean,
he gave you a little attitude. What did he do? Did he help? Did he walk around with you? Did he help you pick out the cigars? Did he describe it?
Zero.
Did he light it?
He asked if I'd like any cut. I said, no, I'll take them with me.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
If I get a cut and he lights it, I give him a couple of bucks.
Yeah. Yes. You throw a buck or two in if they do something. They're doing something. But what would I be tipping on? I wanted to go, dude, what do you think I'm going to, what would I tip? You should tip me then.
They have that at certain stores where it's a clerk.
I don't get it.
And they have a place for a tip. Yeah. And I'm like, when did this change? Because some people will just put in the random tip because of COVID. Listen, it's 3 years. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I have to have a COVID test, by the way, for the crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I had no idea. But you can. This is where we are now with these COVID tests. You can do a home test and take a picture of it. I mean, so they don't even know if it's mine, yours. They don't know anything.
Dude, there are so many people bringing false test results negative that had COVID. One guy gave me COVID. I know he did on a ship.
He gave you COVID?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean? When did you? Not recently, though. You haven't had COVID recently.
No, this is a year ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have Teddy take a test, and then I'm going to take a picture of his test.
He came down. I'm sorry, I jumped on you there. Teddy, get Teddy to take the test.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of his test and use that and see if they notice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this guy came on and said, "Hey, they weren't taking my results, my test results." He said they weren't going to take it. It didn't look official. Finally, I had to get someone to come down. They said, "Okay." He said he had tested positive a couple of days before because his daughter's friend stayed over and she had COVID. And so he's telling me all this as we're sitting across from one another, eating.
Thank you. Yeah, you got it. That's it. Here it is.
And then sure enough, I start getting symptoms. I go home and I test positive.
Son of a bitch.
I isolated myself,
Yeah.
But what am I going to do?
Let's just stop with the testing. And when we get it, we got it. We get sick, we get better. We'll move on just the way.
Testing. All right, as you were.
Thank you. Hey, you know what time it is, sir? Yeah. We like questions. We put them on the Instagram and the Facebook, and we say, hit us. And we get a question or two each time we do that, and that's why we do it, and we like it. And here we go. Hi, guys. Something, and then okay. I noticed you do lots of cruises. To each, which was your first cruise ship? I guess cruise line. I think you wrote, but cruise ship. What was your first one, Alfredo?
A now defunct cruise line. It was called Renaissance. They had like 3 ships, small, petite, like 400 passenger, 600 passenger ships in the Mediterranean in 1999. It was Christmas time. They had a fallout, and this agent called me. They said, "Hey, this is your chance. You wanted to work cruise ships.
This is your chance, kid.
I called this.
This is your chance. Big shot.
I called this girl that I was dating at the time, and I said, "Do you want to go on a cruise?" And she said, "Yeah." So I said, hey, "Okay." We booked it all. We went to the Rock of Gibraltar. We went to Spain. It was the Mediterranean. It was amazing. You're going there. And she took care of me.
Hey, now what?
Very good care.
The girl?
Yes, because I took her on a free cruise.
She took care of you?
Yes.
Oh,
she worked off the cruise. What I'm trying to tell you. She was quality. She was a quality gal.
Wow. And whatever became.
Now she's married and has 2 kids.
Well, forget it.
I got to strap a board across my ass.
I don't know what that means.
Do you know that reference?
No.
It's not right. Her vagina is so big, I got to strap a board across my ass, otherwise I'd fall in. No, you don't remember?
Across your ass?
It was some blue collar construction site.
Why would
joke.
well, No, I'm trying to figure it out though. Why would I need a board across my ass? I don't understand.
You got to nail a board across
Paint
your
the
ass so
picture.
you don't fall in her vagina. That was
Oh,
an obscure reference. Yeah.
boy, that's you
Yeah,
did.
it was a stretch.
That was a stretchy VJ. Yeah. So Renaissance Cruise Line. I never heard of Renaissance.
Mhm.
Um, hmm. Well, that
And
sounds
then,
pretty high end for our
yeah,
first cruise. Like
it
a
was pretty high end, but
small
someone,
boutique
yeah.
Mediterranean. Damn.
And
Damn.
yeah, they went out of business. And then
Yeah.
I didn't get on a ship for,
Well, you ended the
um,
Renaissance Cruise Line. I think it would be years
yeah,
before you get back on a ship.
6 years, 6 years before I
Yeah.
went on another
Seems about
cruise.
enough. My first was Royal Caribbean, but they made a mistake. They thought they booked me as a comic, but they thought it was a headliner back in those days. So I booked first class from New York to St. Thomas. I get on. I had a balcony cabin. I was like, "This is pretty sweet." I got to be honest. And then Steve Bruner, comedian Steve Bruner, was on with me, and he goes, "This your first one?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dude, it's not always like this." He goes, "I don't know what happened." He goes, "No offense," he goes, "I think they fucked up here." Because in those days, the comics were in like crew cabins, and
Oh,
you certainly
wow.
were in first class and everything. And I had the first. And then I go on and was part of some kind of production show and did 7 clean minutes, and it went fine. And then the next time I did it, I was row 45B on the plane, and
Yeah,
yeah,
row, yeah,
uh-huh.
row, yeah, row. I don't know if
But
that's
the
the
old
right word.
grandeur of the sea. I think it's still out there. I think it's still in
Wasn't
service.
that sold out and then they bought it back or something?
You're thinking of Empress was sold and brought back
Oh,
for Cuba. That became the Cuba boat.
and now where is she now? Because Cuba's done.
I
Trump put a kibosh on cruise ships going to Cuba. You can fly there as an
yeah,
American, but you
you still got to be part of some kind of a group. It's not like you can't just go, "Hey, we're going to Havana." You got to be. It's got to be
so
some kind of. You got to paperwork. You got to be part of a like some kind of a group learning or
right. So why
doing
did
some
Trump
bullshit.
put a kibosh on it?
Because Obama opened it. He just went
Um,
do everything the other guy did. Every good move
right.
the other guy did. Fuck it up.
Well, we
I
were
thought
there in Bernadette and I were in there September 2018, and it was glorious. We did
yes.
3 ports, Havana for like 18 hours, and then we went all the way around. We hit something in between. We went to Santiago was the last one. The middle port was where the French actually developed the area, so all the architecture was all French, and everything was fancy schmancy, foofy foo.
Nice.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it was great. I mean, I pray they open it again, and I'd love to go. I'd love to go back. I mean, I'd love to
Well,
go.
how did
I
you go as a
fly,
group?
but
How did you go as a group with your thing?
I didn't go. No, I'm saying that's now. If you want to do it now, you have to be part of some learning thing, or
I thought
you
you
can't
went.
just. No, I did it on the cruise. I did 2 times on Empress.
Oh,
John Consoli and I were booked. We
that's what
booked
it was.
flights. We booked flights. We had an Airbnb booked. We had the whole week planned, and then COVID.
Ah,
And
the
that was so.
culprit.
Yeah, so I never flew to Havana. And it was so set up, man. It was like $79 each way from Fort Lauderdale, JetBlue, and we had a big Airbnb with a big balcony, wraparound balcony. It was like $40 a night. I mean,
It was like
it was
Castro's
set.
place,
It was
Castro's
set
country
up,
home.
and then it just done. That was that. So, but that was my first cruise. Grandeur of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and Alfredo was on the Renaissance, which I'd never heard of. But that's neither here nor there, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see this in the background?
It wasn't the Radisson because the Radisson was the hotel chain. It was the Renaissance.
Oh, the Renaissance.
Mm.
If you're on the Patreon, check this out. Look at that brand new little cocktail station. Yeah, man. I'm into these Manhattans late. I mean, not Manhattans, old fashions.
That's a cocktail station. What is it? Is it like a what is it?
Well, you got your different
It's a
equipment
caddy?
here. You got a
Oh, you got a caddy.
You got a caddy. Yeah.
So you have your stirrer, your shaker.
Yeah, your shot glass. I never
Measure.
use this thing. If you're on the Patreon, what is this thing like
So the
really
ice,
for?
so you can pour out of the shaker, and the ice won't go glub 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 glub. You chill a
Is it
martini.
necessary? Is it
Yeah,
necessary?
when you don't want
Yeah.
water and ice. Well, the water will, but the ice won't go into your martini glass. So when
All
you're
right.
pouring it,
I don't never use it.
do you make martinis at home?
I
You broke.
pour and then with an angle. Take the shape. Kelly makes chocolate martinis that are kick ass. But
Well, I'm
it's
moving
funny.
in.
It's like, yeah, they're delicious, and they go, but they're so you got to go to the liquor store and spend $200 on
It's
the
very
chocolate
expensive.
liqueur. So it's kind of like these are good. Yeah, they should be good. They're I spent a couple of $100 on these, but they're tasty.
Because my friend makes the best one, probably similar to Kelly's. They're like I've had a few good ones out there at a bar or a fancy restaurant, but he makes the best, and he puts like a vanilla liqueur, chocolate liqueur, and he puts espresso, so it's like a chocolate espresso martini, and it's just. He said, "Yeah, I got the recipe. I was experimenting, and I nailed it. So I kept track of the recipe, and woo,
great,
it's great.
Yeah, when they're good, they're I love them. They're dessert. They're so a dessert with a little kick in them. We had them at Charlie's, right? We did finish.
Yeah, they were good.
Night.
They were good.
They're good. Some
Too
are
sweet.
sometimes you have a great one. Sometimes you have one I told you about once where I was in some trendy bullshit restaurant in Tampa, and the guy brings over white chocolate martinis. I'm like, really? What is this? He goes, they're chocolate martinis. I'd like to see some chocolate.
These are
come
Caucasian.
on, it's a glass of white. Yeah, man. But I don't want to be prick. The man bun guy is telling me these are chocolate, so I'm like, okay.
Well, there is white chocolate, but that's a different drink.
It's a different drink, sir. Yes. Yeah.
So did he find his man bun? Did you hide the body? What happened?
No, I didn't even bother to hide it.
Okay.
I just killed him and left him outside. Yeah. This
I
was
used
a fun
to do that.
pod.
I used to do that with
this one.
What's that? A lot of death?
No, nothing. Just a lot of death.
I used to my first New York City apartment, when I found a cockroach, I would kill it and hang it outside the door so the others would see it.
That's right. That's what you do. That's a good plan. Did you ever stay in shitty motels and there'd be shoes outside the door? And people would say that's like a sign. Like if you want to buy drugs, you put your shoes outside the door.
I've seen it, but I didn't know that was the correlation. I just thought that they were Asian.
Oh, they don't want to. Yeah, they want to keep they don't want to dirty up that Motel 6 rug,
So shoes outside a door means we got drugs in there, and then a tie or a sock on the doorknob means I'm banging a chick, and your roommate has to stay away for a bit.
You have a roommate in a hotel room?
No, I'm saying I'm just talking about a door or doorknob. There's
gotcha. Yeah, and then the hotel also, if you have a lamp, the lamp in front of the window, if you put the curtain behind the lamp and just the lamp is illuminating the window, that means you're looking for a hooker. That's what I hear. These are the rules.
That's what I hear. I haven't tested any of this yet, but we're heading out this weekend to do some testing, and we're going to get back with our results, and we're going to compare notes.
Well, speaking of testing, for Valentine's Day, Kelly gave me an Ancestry.com, one of those kits.
Oh, no. Don't tell me you guys are distant cousins or something like that.
I've never been on the road. So she gives me the thing, and now I got like 2 weeks left until get the results. But I'm afraid some 45-year-old man's going to be at my door, hey, Dad. And I'll be like, Sonny boy. And,
45.
Shit.
I don't think you were.
Could have opened up.
I don't know if you were,
were you
performing.
40, whatever. But an old guy at my door, you know what I mean? I don't want to meet Sonny boy. This is but it could be. I don't know. I don't know what's out there.
You got some super sperm. That's the word on the street. You got the super sperm.
You've tasted it.
Wow! I gotta edit that out. I gotta edit that out.
Edit that in. But
Oh my God!
I feel like we opened.
No, you're gonna go.
Pandora's
You've
box.
seen it. You've experienced it. You tasted. You were right. You tasted it. Oh my God! We just lost 40 Patreon members.
I think we just gained Patreon members, to be honest. But yeah, so but I just, I mean, I feel like you're opening Pandora's box here by, like, oh, I don't. What if somebody?
I don't know. When it comes to Pandora's box, I got to strap a board on my ass so I don't fall in.
Folks, good night.
Good luck in prison.
Iceberg, dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Two Owls, One Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Go to patreon.com/forward2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.